Okay, hey guys. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Saga Legends Mace Windu. And I have a couple of reasons why I opened this figure. One of them being is I'm running out of room to store my packaged figures, and I figured, why take up room for this one when I could that room for a better figure. And I haven't actually opened one of these. I was interested to kind of see, what it was outside the packaging, how it felt, closer look at it and stuff like that. I think I maybe should have one, and I don't have a lot of Mace Windows open, so I just figured I'd open this one. And let me just say, I like the packaging. I think it's a simple package. You've got you've got his little nameplate and picture, and the blister bubble is really neat. It's just kind of like volcano-y, and then it just sits on the card back like that. So it's a really simple thing. It's really small, but the Black Series packaging is actually kind of small too. It's fine. It's, kind of an economic shape and size, and so I've never really had a problem with the packaging. I think it looks cool to begin with. It's just the figures that everybody has a problem with. So we have Mace Windu here, and he is number one in the line and in the wave. And his lightsaber, surprisingly, where's my magnifying glass? Crap. His lightsaber is actually really detailed, and that's what surprised me when I opened this. This could be a Black Series lightsaber. It's actually more detailed than the Black Series lightsabers that I've seen, which is kind of weird. But it's got the gold, black, and silver on it, and it's in all the appropriate places. So they really did take some care in painting the lightsaber hilt. So I was very surprised with that. So the lightsaber does look really good, actually. I feel like it's kind of short, though. I don't know. Moving on to the figure. I don't have my magnifying glass. It's driving me crazy. Where did it go? I don't know. Anyways. Oh, hold on. I found it. Here's his face. It is not as weird as I have seen some of the Mace Windu's. He looks angry, and that's kind of about it. Maybe like a little Neanderthal-ish. Really heavy brow. But I've seen worse, honestly. I really have. I have some of the worst figures of Mace Windu. And so honestly, his face, it's like, they can't ever seem to really nail Mace Windu. But this one's not super bad. He's super, super dark, though. I don't think Samuel L. Jackson is this dark skinned. I think he's more of a lighter brown. I don't know. So the detailing on it is fine. He doesn't have like an eye way over here. And they carved out the ears and everything well, and the nose looks good. It's just the eyes, the heavy brow is kind of weird. The lightsaber fits in his hand pretty well. Really well, actually. There's no having to squeeze it in or anything, but of course you have the arms that go like this. And so the articulation is very limited. I feel like a child from the future could look at this and then in like a Luke Skywalker figure from the 70s and be like, oh look, they're the same, They just about are. Just because the figure has limited articulation does not mean that they have to limit the figure's like accessories and stuff. They could have made a tunic that goes all the way around. His legs still could have bent, because you get this thing because they've done a plastic tunic and painted it on, or they molded it on, and so you get something like this, and that was it. It really just looks like an old vintage figure, which is, vintage figures are cool, but that was all they had back then, so of course it was acceptable. Nowadays it's not really. You can clearly see where he bends. It just takes away from the feel of the figure. And then you have this, and it looks like he's been like, I don't know. And so I will argue with this, just because they could have made it better. They could have done, put a tunic around him and then done legs like that, just so it would look a little better. But on the plus side, his actual tunic is good. You're probably not going to be able to pick up the detail in it, but you've really got, it shows all the fabric. Mace Windu kind of has that like rough, I can't think of the fabric name, but you can really see the texture in it in the movie, and you can really see it in the figure too, which is kind of neat, because I don't have a figure that has such detail to the fabric, and that does look good. They've made it, they've given the arms some movement, the way they've molded it, see? So I guess that makes up for a little bit if he's just standing there. I mean, he's not too bad from this direction, and then you show his legs and it doesn't get any better. But he's not, like a hollow plastic or anything. He's still a good plastic, I believe. But I wish they could have. I mean, how hard is it really to make the wrists turn? I mean, I don't know. That's just something I'm never going to be able to get over, probably, because when for this age, when we have like hyper articulated action figures, and then we also bring figures like this, it's just weird to me. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I know they're cutting back costs, but they could find a better way to do that. Anyway, so that was Mace Windu. Again, not figures that I want to open to like put on a shelf because they're not very displayable, but I figured I'd review one and show you guys. If you're like me, who don't have one opened, now is kind of the time to look at it and see if you want to open them yourselves. I mean, it is an action figure, but still, it's up to you. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more.